Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Batholkus, and it's time for the series finale of The Expanse, Season 6, Episode 6, Babylon's Ashes. So before we get to anything, let's go ahead and I'm going to plug away right here and take care of a little bit of business. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms, all the stuff you want to watch, and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos my vast video library and pops up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you don't want to be notified when I come on live, what you should do is hit that bell down below, and YouTube won't notify you when I come on live. But what you should do if you want to know when I'm coming on is go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages as well. So, with that said, ooh, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Okay. Yeah. So I'm giving you enough time. Giving you enough time to hit the pause button, whatever else you're going to do. All right. Wow, what a piece of shit that ending was, wasn't it? I mean, that almost kind of made you pine for Game of Thrones ending the way it was. I'm fucking with you. Yes, I am. Ha. No, it was actually a good episode. It was a good ending to the series. They did a great job of doing this. Everything, well, not everything was wrapped up. There was actually a little tongue-in-cheek moment in there too, which we'll get into. Kind of calling out the threads that were left hanging that weren't ever explored in this season, which I thought was kind of funny the way they did it. And yeah, we had a good Joker says okay. Did I throw you off, Joe? Is that what happened? Are you watching on a delay? um we get to see Drummer, of course, strutting her stuff, and Marcos Anaros did not hold back, quite honestly. He came to play, and he ended up, of course, disguising a lot of the ships with other hulls and things like that in order to disguise their pattern, and took out a good portion of the UN and Belter ships along the way, and did a pretty good job of fucking them up. And that I have to admit, the Medina Station assault was pretty brutal. I mean, when you're just seeing them getting wiped out, and Amos is going, the math. Usually, Naomi's math is better than this, is what he's saying as all the little pods are getting wiped out by the rail guns. And yeah, that was some pretty brutal stuff. And then also we get Clarissa, or Peaches, finds out that she's maybe got 5 years to live, something like that. She's got a syndrome that's going on. Her head starts, killing her, but she found out that, when she sat in the med chair, that she might have 5 years to live, kind of thing, which was kind of a weird thing to bring in now, in the final episode of your series. Um, which was that was kind of a weird thing. Also the whole um well, of course, the Rossi, being hit by stuff and losing power, and Clarissa going down to fix things the old-fashioned way by hand, and you know, getting hit in the head by something and getting knocked out there. So yeah. Yeah, she did pay to be, to be fucked up. That's true, Penn. She did pay the ultimate price on all of this. Um, and then of course, Marcos and Naros coming across the gate, and having they being Naomi and the Rossi, basically the Rossi's group there, coming up with a plan to blow the frigate's engine, to overload it, so that the entities within the gate will actually come about as Marcos is crossing the threshold. so they'll take his ship and him along with it. And Naomi, of course, is the one that does it, and she, of course, breaks down because Philip is on board, right, on board the Pella as well, and he's going to go out, or so it seems. No, it turns out that yes, all that talking to that she did to Philip, everything that he had seen his father do, all the stuff that was going on, turned him around, and he got on board a little ship and took off, and changed his last name to Nagata. Yeah. So, and then of course the very end where we have um, Holden being brought to the forefront here of this impartial trade group in order to watch over Medina Station and all the traffic that's going through it, so it'll be fair. And he, of course, makes himself president, makes Drummer vice president, and then immediately resigns. And you could see Christian was just like, "Don't you do it, you fucker!" And well, she said it out loud actually, and he, of course, does it. And she at first was going to fight it. And he's like, you got to give power to the powerless at some point. Otherwise, they're not going to trust you. You're not going to trust them. You got to have it happen at some point in time because the Belters have been fucked over for so long. They weren't going to trust the inners, especially when Mars and the UN both have a vote which outstrips them of their vote. So, yeah. Cheryl says, like Darth Vader, Philip escapes the doom ship. Yes, he does. Yeah. Siri says Philip went out like Chewbacca in Rise of Skywalker. Philip survived though, man. He actually went off on his own. He went out someplace else, out on his own. Um, like Palpatine too. No one's ever. Are you guys gonna just Is it like Star Trek at all, or you know, faux track, or yeah? Anyway, one thing I did like is when Naomi and Holden are sitting there in the Rossi in the bed, and they're talking about what their future holds, and he was saying, well, maybe we can provide security because there's probably going to be pirates, out there among the rings, or maybe we could do some consulting on one of the planets, that kind of thing. And he goes, well, there still is there still is that little matter of the proto molecule that we never really looked after, which I thought was a great way of the writers coming in and just going, yeah, we knew that was hanging out there. We haven't resolved it. There's a reason for that. We're not going to resolve it in this series. Um, we also have General Duarte, of course, or Admiral Duarte, excuse me, who tells Marcos that, stay away from Lacona. We're done here. We have our own thing that we're dealing with, which, of course, is the protomolecule has become sentient and is talking back to them at this point, and he doesn't want anyone else to know about this. Um, Sirius says, haha, I know Chewbacca survived too. They fake you out for like yeah, they did fake you out for like 2 minutes. Yeah. Um, yes, the double cross from Duarte. And then of course you have Amos covering over Bobby when she's getting shot at, and it comes out and saves her ass from the RPG that's targeting her from above. And then of course the Rossi saving their ass. There's a lot of good scenes in this. There really is a lot of good scenes in this final episode here. Um, and the main thing is it does all wrap up. And now if you stayed through the credits, if you notice, because you're zooming in on the ring gate, I don't know if anyone was watching the credits, but you start seeing the entities, the little red swirlies, starting to become more and more pronounced within the gate. And as the credits are going on. So we know what's going to happen in the next series, which is going to be bringing in the ring entities as well at this point. That's the special effects guy's little hints there. um Sirius says, I thought for sure Holden and Avasarla would hook up in the end. No, They're not going to. Yeah. So I did find out, it was kind of funny. The actress who plays Christian, and I'm blanking on her name all of a sudden. Anyway, she's the one who voiced Gozer in the Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was her voice. That was fucking funny. So yeah, she even does a little cameo in Ghostbusters Afterlife as well. Joker says the score worked well this episode. Yeah, it did. I mean, everything came together in this episode. Everything was well done. It was satisfying seeing Marcos get eaten by the entity as he went through the ring gate, and you see what happened to all those ships that disappeared was they actually uh go through and take out, they erase everything kind of in a way, like almost like a little a worm, if you will, going through. Penn says, "Oh my god, now I want to rewatch Afterlife." You saw it, Penn? What'd you think of it? You know, sorry, I'm switching a little bit of gears there on that one, but so no, there was no mention of a new series other than that little thing you have with the entities in the ring gate at in the final, um, end credits there. But there's something coming. Yes, you do. Hey, Penn. Yeah. So, like I said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just, yeah, it was there. We're talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife on that one. Siri says, yeah, I can't pronounce it, but it's Shorish. Yes, Agdashalu. Yeah, Agdashalu. Something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah. She is the equivalent of Morgan Freeman. She's the female Morgan Freeman voiceover. I'm Morgan Freeman, and I'm going to narrate about penguins. And you motherfuckers are going to listen to it. No, this is not my Morgan Freeman. By the way, speaking of Morgan Freeman, there's a great one of the weirdest things I've seen at Comic Con was the Teen Titans Go panel, which is awesome. If you ever get a chance to go and see the Teen Titans Go voice cast speak, it's hilarious. It's fucking funny. Voice guys are just funny. They really are. They're mostly comedians, things like that. So you get a great thing. They actually had it broke into an impromptu competition of who can do Morgan Freeman's voice the best. So they were all doing Morgan Freeman's voice. They all got their own, and it was the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. It really was. Siri says, "What even is that accent?" I have no idea what that accent was. That was my really bad Morgan Freeman. That was my really bad Morgan Freeman impersonation. I can't do Morgan Freeman. You know what I mean? His voice. Penn says, "I watched Ty and that guy, and they still are saying there's absolutely nothing else planned." That's not what was said on Twitter. They said there's going to be a little bit of a break, and then there's something that's going to happen. They don't know what yet. Yes, Wes did get. He has. They all have producer credits. Steven Strait is executive producer, and then everyone else has producer credits. Yeah. Siri says, "Love the impression, 5 star." Don't condescend me. Uh, so yeah. I'm kidding, you know that. So yeah, this was a good episode, a good series. There's going to be more, of course. There's more books out there, and Amazon is going to throw more money at it. So I mean, come on. They're not just going to let it rest. They really are not just going to let it rest. I still want to see. I'm sure there's going to be some YouTubers out there that really hate the ending or whatever, and you know who they are out there. Um, it wasn't like the book. In 60 and page 65, they actually could tell exactly what color that was, and they of the buttons on the panel and they didn't get the color right. Yes, I know I'm nerd shaming on that one, but I fucking hate those people. Really, I do. Cheryl says, I hope we don't have to wait like we did for George R. Martin. I don't think we're gonna have to wait that long. And I don't think George's actually ever gonna finish those books. I really don't. He's too busy with, I don't know, doing blow or something like that. I don't know what he's doing out there. Isn't he out in the desert someplace like New Mexico or Arizona or something like that? Yeah. Well, anyway. Um sorry, there's just too many thoughts that went through my head all of a sudden, and they don't matter. So, what else do I have going on the rest of this week? Well, funny you should ask. Tomorrow is going to be another episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the weekend and genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. Sunday is going to be episodes 2 and 3 of Peacemaker, which is on HBO Max. Monday I'm off. It's also a holiday too. It's Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We get that off, or I should say, I get that off. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm doing as of yet, but I will find something. Wednesday will be the Book of Boba Fett. And hopefully it's better than episode 3, because episode 3 was just really bad. Um Thursday will be what is Thursday now? I'm just blanking all of a sudden. Peacemaker, there we go. Peacemaker episode 4. There we go. I don't know what's happening on Friday. I'll have to take a look. I know something else is coming out. So I'll have to I'll slap something most likely in there on Friday. But do you feel like there's a chunk missing at the end is what Sirius asks. No, not really. It just felt like a beat to be continued kind of thing is what it felt like to me, Sirius. That's really what it felt like to me is they tied up all the main plot threads, but they also left some stuff for when they come back again. That can be picked up fairly easily and lead to new things. They had a clean ending to this. I mean, this again was nowhere near a Game of Thrones, wasn't anywhere near that kind of shit show. Um, and yeah, this was a decent way of ending it. It really was. So, Sirius says, haha, I do wish we'd gotten the full Lacona protomolecule plot, but what we got was solid all the way through. I prefer that to a Game of Thrones approach. Yep. Yep. And Joe says, better than Universal NBC. So yeah, well, of course, anything's that's where that's the last place the sci-fi series wants to go is NBC Universal. That's where sci-fi goes to die. I mean, that's the last stop after sci-fi, the Sci-Fi channel. So what was that you said, Sirius? I wanted Holden to lay down and sleep at the end. Then Miller pop up and yell, "Surprise, motherfucker!" Yeah, that would have been funny. Or no, if Miller just kind of whispered in his ear, "Why are you sleeping? We still have work to do." That would have been actually really kind of nice. It's just having Miller going, "Why are you sleeping? We have work to do." And Holden just kind of wearily opening up his eyes, going, "Fuck," that would have been good. Yeah. Sirius says fade to black with Holden and Miller bickering about personal boundaries. It's the new odd couple. Da, da, da. Yeah. You can have Miller floating around the ship and Holden cleaning up after him. Is that what it is? Yeah. Miller will be Oscar and Holden will be Felix. There you go. And for those of you kids who don't know what Odd Couple is, The Odd Couple, it's an a really old play that got turned into a really old TV series, and then became a couple of times they tried redoing the TV series, but it's just way too fucking old for modern people to, or I should say, younger people to get into. And so, yeah, it's just there you go. It's like Friends with less people. Sirius says next clue to the to the Kaz, get the fuck out of my bathroom, Miller. Yeah. Anyway, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the rest of the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms, all the stuff you've been watching, and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, and pops up here just for you. That's me just kind of fondling that little video up there. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages as well. That's right. Everything's there. So, thanks, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow morning for Saturday morning blast off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, what will end up happening is you might exceed the mass going through the ring gate, through the event horizon, which will wake up the entities. The entities don't like that. And what they usually do is they end up taking apart any kind of ship or and their contents as it goes across. And you really don't want that. It just isn't a great way to go. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow morning. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get those booster shots, and get the flu shot as well. And stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night and take care. Thanks, everybody.